Okay, so I'm not racist, but it just clicked to me that this movie for Hispanics and Mexican and Puerto Ricans is what Black Panther was for black people. I think I get it now. What's going on, my YouTube subscribers, superhero fans? I hope you guys are having an amazing start and into your weekend, because we got a brand new superhero movie coming out, the last of the DC movies, Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle is finally coming to theaters officially tomorrow. It's out now. I said it's coming out tomorrow, but it's out now. You know what I'm talking about. Newest DC movie coming out. It's kind of like, is it part of the new DC universe, part of the old DC universe? It doesn't matter. It's a new superhero movie coming out. Is it good? This movie is pretty... the best way I could put it, I'm watching this movie, and the best way I could kind of really put it is just kind of just... I'm of like two minds of this, because I realize that this movie does have a target audience. This movie really is targeted for Puerto Ricans and Mexican, Hispanic, you know, those people of color, that culture. And I totally see it. I totally get it. And it does represent them well. I am so glad they have their superhero to look up to, Blue Beetle, Jaime. Yes. But the flip side to that is, while they do have their own superhero finally, too bad he's not in a better movie. But this movie doesn't really bring anything new to the table that you haven't seen in the past decade of superhero films. You've got all the cliche superhero origin and bad guy versus good guy, but bad guy had the good guy's powers. Even had what I'm going to call the Uncle Ben moment happen in the movie too. To see it just coming a mile away. I'm just saying that while this movie does kind of break ground for a certain group of people, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a good movie. The pros and cons why I believe that Blue Beetle officially in theaters tomorrow. Here's what you need to know about the movie. Because I saw this in an IMAX theater and it was not crowded. So here's what you need to know about acting in the movie. Our main hero, Jaime, here's his actor's name. You know, I'm not fuck up names. Here's the actor's name. He was okay as Blue Beetle. Like I said, he works in tandem when he's with like the family. When he's with the family and everything like that, when he's with his familia, that's when I'm like, okay, it's hitting home. I get it. But he's just by himself. He's kind of just like discount Peter Parker. Like literally. He's home from college, just wants to, you know, do right by his family, wanted to do something good, and all of a sudden, you know, this blue MacGuffin gets on his back, and now he's a superhero. Now he's just kind of just like, I don't want this power. But with great power comes great responsibility, and hopefully good box office returns. Hopefully. George Lopez in the movie, and he's George Lopez in the movie. He's George Lopez. You saw the trailer of this movie. You pretty much saw all the good parts. You know, pretty much like, oh yeah, Nana's kick-ass shit like that. So that's cool. Plot of the movie more or less, okay. It kind of takes a minute to get going, but here's what you need to know. The industry, the cord industry, who's run by this shithead boss. He's just like, I just want to just, you know, make weapons of mass destruction, shit like that. You know, just what corporate dickheads do. More or less, she unearths this blue Scarab, but she's trying to harness the power of it, but just can't get it to activate. Till you get Jaime, who ends up going to court industry through a series of crazy convoluted events. He gets the Scarab, but gets on his back, and now he's the superhero Blue Beetle. And now I pretty much have to just like, yeah, I'm superhero and shit. Now you got the bad guy that wants the Scarab back, and shenanigans ensue. And now you got Blue Beetle versus non-Red Beetle for the Battle of the Scarab. That's the movie. An origin superhero movie that you've seen 1,000 times. You got hero, gets a MacGuffin, gotta face bad guy. Bad guy got the same power as he has. There you go. First movie, I'll say, when the Blue Beetle isms action scenes happen, they are pretty okay, bombastic-ish to watch. Like I said, Blue Beetle's fight scenes and stuff like that, it's like a combination of Spider-Man meets Iron Man with a hint of Power Rangers. When you think all three of those together, you're thinking like, oh, that should be some kick-ass shit. It should be cool. It is cool when it actually happens. So there's like three main action scenes, and one action scene you saw in the trailer with the bus, stuff like that. That happens like 30 minutes into the movie. Then you go like a good like 45 minutes in the movie. Then you have another action scene, and he's kicking ass, and that's cool. You get to the third action scene, the finale, like another 45 minutes in. Yeah. Between the Blue Beetle stuff, you pretty much just got the family dynamic happening. And it works. Like I said, the family element of the movie, that does work pretty well. I give it that. But is it enough to carry the superhero movie? A superhero that not a lot of people know about, honestly. Like, Blue Beetle is not Spider-Man. I was just literally thinking this whole time, just like, he's not Spider-Man. I looked around to some of the kids that were in the audience, stuff like that, and they were just like, shit over yet. Ooh, not good, DC. To get to the cons of the movie, like I said, this movie isn't breaking any new ground at all. It is a superhero origin movie that's just like There's a reason why you don't see those anymore. It doesn't break any new ground to see anything you haven't done before. Even the action scenes are happening, just like, yeah, they're cool, but there's nothing that made my jaw drop. It makes me want to be like, oh, I'm going to remember Blue Beetle 2 months from now. No, I'm going to be like, oh, Blue Beetle, that's on HBO Max now. After 2 weeks. At the end of the day, Blue Beetle was a halfway decent superhero movie that I'm glad that Hispanics and the Puerto Ricans are going to have a good time with this movie. They got the superhero that's going to spearhead the genre for them. Also, as a superhero movie and the movie itself, it is pretty mid. Acting is just okay. The action scenes, when they do happen, are also just okay. It's pretty much just as by the numbers, safe superhero film. Best way I can put it. Like I said, if you don't see it, you're fine. If you do see it, you're also fine. With that being said, I think I'll just say that Blue Beetle is definitely a 4 out of 10, which is just okay. Blue Beetle's in theaters tomorrow. You're gonna see it. You're not gonna see it. Type below. Let me know. Talk about. Let you think about what you thought about it. Let me know. As always, subscribe. Until next time.